All right, yes, and last minute hugs, and haven't seen you, and gosh, how long has it been? Okay, let's go ahead and get started. This is phenomenal, folks. My name is Alex Comfort, and I am pleased to be the president of the Association of Fundraising Professionals, which is the largest international organization of fundraisers in the world. And we have a wonderful chapter here of 117 members in Western North Carolina. And we are very glad to have you all here today for our 23rd annual National Philanthropy Day. And we're going to be doing a number of things today, but I want to start with something I truly would like you to think about. About 9 months ago, past President Amanda Edwards and President-elect Debbie Rice and I met at the Red Cross with about 8 young professionals from Russia. And it was, I don't need to go into the whole detail, but the whole thing was to explain to them how the American economy works. And our job was to explain how nonprofit works in the midst of the American economy. Now, all of us who are here today understand how important it is, but I'd like you to think about the challenge of getting 2 accountants, 3 university professors, several businessmen, business people, and getting those 8 folks to figure out how all of this nonprofit activity works in the midst of our economy. I'm not sure we did a phenomenal job. I think one kind of got it, but NGOs are beginning to sprout in Russia. But I would simply offer that to you today because it was such a fabulous opportunity to see our work through somebody's eyes who basically said, why do people do this? Why do people give of their time and their money and their energy and their caring to help their fellow man? And I would say to you, it's because we have a background of philanthropy, a background in this country of doing good, and particularly in Western North Carolina, a background of knowing how important this work is. So I would simply like to thank all of you and ask all of you to think about this maybe as you leave today. I'm going to ask Jess Garner-Williams, Dr. Paul Knott, and Dave Meyer to come on up to the podium with me. And right now I'm going to ask the following to stand. These are people who in one way or another have given themselves to a life of public service, which particularly in the last few weeks of ads, we know what a challenge that would be. But anyway, here today are Holly Jones, and just stand and remain standing, please. The Buncombe County representative from District 1. Esther Mannheimer was at the last minute, was not able to be here today, our mayor in Asheville. Brownie Newman, Buncombe County District 1. Gordon Smith, who's an Asheville City Councilman. Terry Van Dyne, who is a senator in the state of North Carolina, is here. Robin Ramsey was here for a little while. Is she still here? Okay, but anyway, I would like a round of applause for these folks who have given us so much. Okay, thank you. Come on, gang, you got to come up here, the 3 of you. All right, our lead sponsor today is Lenore Ryan University Center of Graduate Studies of Asheville. Dr. Paul Knott came up about 4 years ago to put this program together. It's fantastically successful, and I will refer you to the program that almost everybody got. We have too many, so not everybody's going to get a program today. But anyway, you can read about Paul and his work. So thank you, Paul, and I appreciate that very much. Next in line, is David Meyer of Wells Fargo Advisors. And David and Roger Aiken have sponsored all the past awardees of National Philanthropy Day Awards. And so I would ask everyone who has been an awardee of National Philanthropy Day to stand so David can see you. All right? Come on, Toby. All over the world. Look at all these folks. Thank you very much. Off at the side sits Bruce Thorson, who I understand is retired. Now this is a little scary, but anyway. Aren't you my age? How did this work out? All right, and David Myers here. The last thing I'd like to do today is to thank Dr. Jess Garner-Williams who is the Vice President at YMCA. She has headed up our National Philanthropy Day Committee and done a fabulous job. And so if you will stand, I'd like all of your committee, all of Jess's committee to stand up, please. Some are still outside. But if you'll stand, thank you very much. And finally, I would like to ask the board members of the Association of Fundraising Professional Western North Carolina chapter to stand. We have nationally one of the best programs in the country for our size. Okay, board members, there we go. There are a few of them standing up. One of the things that AFP is founded on is ethics and training and making sure the people that do the fundraising know what they're doing and doing it the right way. The highest, or not, the second highest level of achievement you can get in our profession is to become a certified fundraising executive. And I would now like all the certified fundraising executives in the room to stand. There we go. There's a few. There we go. There's one more. To amaze you even further, there is one credential beyond that. That is the ACFRE, the Advanced Certified Fundraising Executive. There are, I think, 103 in the United States and Canada. There are only 3 in North Carolina, and one is Annie Fritchner from Hendersonville, our only ACFRE. Happen at some point. We couldn't be here today without our sponsors, and I would like I'd like them to stand as I call your name and let you know I've already told Dr. Paul Knott. Paul, you got to stand again. David Meyer, you got to stand again. And then our underwriters this year: Kim Hinkleman from Pardee Hospital Foundation, George Groom from Colton Groom and Company, Elizabeth Brazos from Community Foundation in Western North Carolina, McCrae Benson of Community Foundation of Henderson County, Buffy Bagwell from UNC Asheville, Johnson Bowles from Warren Wilson College, Charles Frederick from TD Bank, Herman Turk from the Renaissance Hotel, there he is over there, and Care Partners, Scott Buchanan is a representative of Care Partners, and then our patrons, Pat Carver from First Citizens Bank, and Callie Davis from Four Seasons in Hendersonville. Thank you all very, very much. I'm also going to ask that you all help me thank Ed Sullivan from Sinorama, who did the boards. Now, the boards of all the winners are located out to the right, and I'd like, as all of you leave today, be sure that you go over and write something on the boards, because I will tell you from past experience that the best thing that you get out of Philanthropy Day is that big old board. When you've had a bad day, you put it up and look at it and you realize somebody liked me at some point. So please sign those if you can. And at this point, I would like to invite the Reverend Brian Combs to come forward. Brian is a pastor here in Asheville, and I will tell you personally, as an Episcopal priest, one of the most inspiring and motivating young pastors and professionals I've ever met in my career. For our invocation, Brian.
Let us pray. Tempted by the insularity of ingratitude, lured by the security of malevolence, seduced by the immediacy of greed, there is an awkwardness in the air. A strangeness to this moment that we are here by the warm glow of adulation and the sheen of award to celebrate giving. But if faith is imitating the God we believe in, then, O Creator of breath and bone, life and love, you have created us good in your image, to be stewards of selflessness, tithers of time, advocates of altruism. So as we pause to pray, invoking the divinity in each of our humanities, call and commission us out of the aberrant to what is most natural. that to be human is to be a humanitarian. To be a person is to be a philanthropist, giving all we can, giving to as many as we can, benefactors because we were first beneficiaries. Amen.
People sometimes ask, why don't you have a keynote speaker? And one reason is because we don't really have time. But another reason is because when you hear an invocation like that, it's all been said. So thank you, Brian, very much. Now, I do have one housekeeping item, and I realize it's not good to segment donors, but I am just going to risk this if you don't mind. I'd like all of you who have given one single donation of at least $5,000 in the past year. After the luncheon is over, we'd like all of you donors to come over here and line up against the wall. And we have some fundraisers who would like to speak with you. And by the way, donors, if you think you might not be interested in what they have to tell you, you will be by the time they get done with you. You're going to love everything. This is, imagine this thought, it's a little like putting piranhas in the backyard pool. But anyway, in just a minute we're going to have lunch, and then we're going to start our program in about 20 minutes. But thank you all for coming so much today. This is a great day and a great turnout. Thank you very much. Past president of AFP, who will be taking us through the next part of the program.
Thank you. As Alex said, I'm Amanda Edwards. I'm the executive director of the Asheville Mountain Area American Red Cross. And I was just telling my table that this, outside of my own organization's event, is my favorite event of the entire year, because it's our opportunity to say thank you to each of you for what you do to make our community a much better place to live in. So thank you. And today we get to say thank you and acknowledge some very special people in our community. After raising a family and having careers in Ohio, Bill and Bonnie Kinschner retired to Henderson County several years ago. They immediately began helping their community. They were active members of the Lutheran Church of the Nativity, and they were passionately involved with numerous organizations. Homeward Bound, National Alliance on Mental Illness, United Way of Henderson County, just to name a few. Guided by their faith in God and their love for all His people, Bill and Bonnie were truly outstanding philanthropists. Not just in Henderson County and Western North Carolina, but the other communities in which they had lived. Gone too soon, Bill and Bonnie both passed away earlier this year. They were married for 45 years and had 2 daughters, Joanne and Janet. Their love, faith, and desire to help others left a legacy that reminds us just how important philanthropy, or love of humanity, really is. And for that legacy today, we recognize Bill and Bonnie Kinschner as our outstanding philanthropists.
Hi, good afternoon. As was mentioned, we are the children of Bill and Bonnie Kinschner. Actually, we're the very, very proud children of Bill and Bonnie Kinschner. And I hope you will understand when I say that under the circumstances, both Joanne and I would rather not be here. As was mentioned, Both our parents passed away this year. Our mother passed away in January after a battle with bile duct cancer. And our father passed away in March while on a mission trip in Romania. At the same time, we are extremely grateful for this opportunity to participate in the recognition of our parents as outstanding philanthropists. When Joanne and I learned that Mom and Dad were being honored as outstanding philanthropists, we were filled with great pride. We can't think of a more appropriate award to represent and celebrate their lives. To be honest, I really struggled with what to say today. I wrote for 2 full days, non-stop, and all I had was hundreds of pages of half pages of failed attempts. So I go to Joanne with my dilemma, and under complete duress, I shared my frustrations and my feelings of defeat. Then, during a small pause of silence that surfaced only because I began to hyperventilate, I heard Joanne say 3 little words. And those 3 little words were all I needed to hear to gain clarity and move forward. You know those 3 little words. They're the 3 little words that every younger sister, that's right, I said younger sister, yearns to hear from their older sister. Those 3 words: keep it simple. So I will. To Mom and Dad, philanthropy was a verb, not a noun. It was constant, not sporadic. It was about relationships, not acquaintances. It was a delight, not a duty. It was an investment, not a donation. It was a ministry, not a job. To Mom and Dad, philanthropy was a way of life. It was how they lived. It was what they were called to do. Mom and Dad spent their lives using God's gifts to build relationships and better the lives of those in need. In return, they experienced a life full of joy. Joanne and I know that it is Mom and Dad's wish for all of us to experience their same joy. That joy made them outstanding philanthropists.
Burnette leads the way with his actions, and his colleagues continually remark that he embodies philanthropy and volunteerism. Greg currently serves on the boards of the United Way of Henderson County, where he served as campaign chairperson in 2012 and 2013, Hardy Hospital Foundation, Four Seasons Hospice and Palliative Care, and the YMCA of Western North Carolina. Under Greg's leadership, the United Way of Henderson County shattered previous fundraising numbers by raising over $2 million each year while he was chair. For his unending ability to lead successful fundraising to strengthen our community, we recognize Greg Burnette as our outstanding volunteer fundraiser.
Thank you. And thank you all. First of all, I would just like to say today, most of us have made the conscious choice to live in Western North Carolina. This is where we want to call home. And as a native of Western North Carolina, I want to thank you each and every one of you that lead or are involved in nonprofit organizations within our community for the work that you do to make our community that much better. So thank you, number one, for all that you do. It's interesting, I was thinking about the remarks to make today. As a fundraiser, it is interesting some of the situations that you find yourself in as you are saying yes to various projects that you're being asked to help with. And I've had so much fun in the work that I've done with United Way and with Party Foundation. I was joking with Kim over lunch. I remember the day that she came to me and said, we would like for you to co-chair our Women Helping Women. That's not exactly in my wheelhouse. But I said yes. After a bit of arm twisting that went on. But I do remember the first committee meeting that I attended. I walk into our co-chair's home, and there were about 40 ladies there who had all done this before. They had all been involved in this event for many, many years, and I was the only guy in the room. I'm usually not intimidated. That was intimidating. That was tough. That was tough duty. It turned out very, very well. And thank you for stretching me. And members of Henderson County United Way, thank you for stretching me in the fundraising efforts there. I would also like to thank my family. There are many times, and we know this as we're involved in nonprofit organizations, there are many times that we have to have the slack picked up at home, and I'd like to thank my wife Lisa, who's here with me today, for picking up the slack in the Burnette household and taking care of those things at home when I'm doing something other than my banking gig with First Citizens. Would also like to recognize First Citizens Bank. This year I'll be celebrating my 25th year with First Citizens. And I think it's great when the value set of an organization and the value set of an individual come together. There's a lot of power there. And I would just like to thank First Citizens for the spirit of volunteerism and the spirit of just community involvement that they have as an organization. And finally, I've had the pleasure to work with a lot of great individuals in various nonprofits, whether it's United Way of Henderson County, Party Foundation, Four Seasons Hospice, or YMCA of Western North Carolina. What I find in each one of those organizations is not only a fantastic mission, but also a group of committed, dedicated staff members that really make the job of fundraising much, much easier. So again, thank you for all you do, and thank you.
Donna Ensley has a passion for working with organizations that give a hand up to those whom life have dealt serious challenges. She has rolled up her sleeves to help not only as a volunteer, but also transitioning into a successful career as a professional fundraiser. Donna has worked for Manna Food Bank since 2008. When she began, Manna received approximately $983,000 in gifts from individuals. Under Donna's direction and leadership, that amount has increased to $2.3 million. For her contributions to the fundraising profession, we recognize Donna Ensley as this year's Outstanding Fundraising Executive.
Wow. I must tell you that receiving this award is the greatest honor of my life. And it's also one of the most humbling experiences I have ever had. It's a great honor to me because we all know who the past recipients are. And to be considered in their ranks is mind-boggling to say the least, and truly a tribute that I hold with deep respect and gratitude. Receiving this award is also most humbling because looking into this room filled with you, my friends and family, an awesome community, You make my job as a development professional so rewarding, and so it seems unfair to be receiving an award for a job that I love, one that inspires and challenges me every single day. So I'm both humbled and grateful. I'm grateful to all of you, your businesses, your foundations, and you as individuals who care deeply about the issues of hunger, poverty, education, the environment, health, and oh so much more. You contribute every single day to making our community a better place. There's an awful lot of goodness in this room, and it's been my absolute privilege to walk alongside you on your journeys of generosity. Of course, knowing I was selected to receive this award has caused me to spend an awful lot of time reflecting upon how I got here. And quite frankly, there are too many mentors who have guided me along the way to name. However, I must say thanks to AFP for the great educational opportunities and the support the chapter provides, and my boss and team at Banana Food Bank, who took the time to nominate me and even considered that I might be a possible candidate for winning. So thank you, Cindy, and thank you, wonderful team. And there are 3 other people that I have to say thank you to because they played significant roles in my career. First, Wilson Sims, and I don't know if he's here today, but he's here. Hey, Wilson. Thanks for believing in me and that I could do this job when I didn't even have faith in myself. Because of your encouragement and trust, I made the leap from being a dental hygienist to a development professional, and I've not once looked back. Second is John Teeter. John, you taught me that philanthropy goes way beyond giving dollars. It includes involvement, relationships, time, and heart, and it's a way of life. John, you've touched many lives in this room, and I'm just really grateful that mine is one of them. Thank you. And finally, my parents. My father is no longer with us, but my mom, who will soon be 94, is here with me today. Hey, Mom. I grew up in the middle of a family of 6 kids. That meant there were 8 people around the table at mealtime, but we always had room for more if a neighbor or family member showed up. We just shared what we had, and there was always enough. Growing up, we often took in family members or neighbor kids whose families were going through tough times. We just shifted bedrooms around and doubled up and made do. And I learned that when you share what you have, life gets richer. And you know that one great hour of sharing an envelope that you made me put a portion of my 50-cent allowance into? Well, you taught me that small change adds up, and that everyone, even a child, has something to give. Thank you. So as I accept this award, that it's been a true blessing, I want to share with you what I'm looking forward to next. For several years now, I've been seeing the tremendous benefit of what we call planned giving. Of course, there is a financial benefit to the organization, but what touches my button about planned giving is the satisfaction, the joy, the sense of completion that a person feels when they've taken the time to plan a legacy gift. So, Nana will soon be hiring someone to lead the development team so that I can step to the side and create a planned giving program. And this, for me, is a dream come true. So I thank God and all of you, the most amazing and philanthropic community, for being part of my journey and for so richly, richly blessing my life with your generosity. This new award means an awful lot to me. Thank you.
Samantha Davis has always had an interest in the world, which led her to a trip to Ghana. There she met a young student whose goal was to educate his village, but their library had been broken into and was in a state of disarray. Samantha pulled her friends together upon her return back to Asheville in order to help him achieve his dream of developing a library. Samantha has dreams for her own future, including joining the Peace Corps, attending law school, and one day working for the United Nations. We have absolutely no doubt that Samantha will indeed achieve her dreams. For her commitment to improving the global community, we recognize Samantha Davis as our outstanding youth in philanthropy.
Good afternoon. I appreciate so much being counted among the other generous people in this room. It is wonderful that I have been given the privilege to be recognized for doing something that I simply felt passionate and empowered to do. Education is something that many people my age take for granted. Books give us this magical door to make that education possible. I am happy my efforts can help encourage education in the rural village of Moncassin, Ghana. I hope I have left a tiny mark of love by sharing time, books, and a few dollars that may send out wide ripples in West Africa. I strive to not take for granted that I was born into a middle-class American family that believes in education. I could have been born into an African family where I needed to leave school and start working at age 11. I am so fortunate and grateful to be the person I am today. My gratitude towards my family is unwavering, and I am beyond happy that I have a supportive community of friends and teachers who believe in me. Thank you so incredibly much for the honor of this recognition. I will wear it with pride because I believe I can make a difference in this world.
As a leading employer in Western North Carolina, Harrah's Cherokee Casino has been giving back to our region since it first began operations in Cherokee, North Carolina. The parent company, Caesars, encourages the philosophy of philanthropy. Both the employees and the business play an active role in local community life. With the intention of being a part of local communities for the long term, they look for opportunities to use their passion, skills, and resources to make lives in our communities better each day. Since 2007, Harrah has made monetary and in-kind contributions and donations totaling over $1.8 million in Western North Carolina. For supporting local nonprofits, not only through financial gifts, but through the gift of time, we recognize Harrah's Cherokee Casino Resort today. Joe Blaylock is accepting the award on their behalf.
We are so honored to be here today and to be a part of this. Philanthropy, or giving, or partnering, is part of the Caesars Entertainment Code of Commitment to communities to help make them healthy and vibrant places to live and work. Harrah's Cherokee has built partnerships with many independents today, which allows us to support communities and organizations in Western North Carolina. This month marks the 17th anniversary of Harrah's Cherokee. Looking over the years highlights people we have had a chance to grow with and get to know. It is a pleasure to get involved and support various missions to make a difference and make communities stronger. Our areas of focus include health and wellness, senior citizens, education, cultural and resource development, environment, and civic. Our target giving area is the 7 western counties of North Carolina. In 2014, we have partnered with 71 organizations, including Men of Food Bank, who nominated us for this award. And we have outpaced our goal of 15,000 HERO volunteer hours. HERO, Harrah's Employees Reaching Out, is our volunteer program that helps employees get involved through hands-on volunteering and hosting drives or events to collect needed items for programs and organizations. It is through these types of activities that our employees become more involved in the communities in which they live. I like to think that we provide the opportunity and our employees make it the mission. We thank you for your partnerships and the opportunities that these partnerships provide us to be more involved. We at Harrah Cherokee will continue to look for opportunities of giving and look forward to working with more communities and organizations in the future. Thank you.
The Glass Foundation is based in Asheville, North Carolina, and was formed in 2000 by Ken and Nancy Glass. The foundation serves Western North Carolina with a mission to improve environmental education and preservation, shape the developmental and educational opportunities for children and youth, and aid in the preservation of historic sites. The foundation is proud to have supported the capital needs of many regional nonprofits, including the YMCA of Western North Carolina, the Rathman House, the Irene Wortham Center, and the Werner Center. The foundation is extremely pleased to be the lead donor for the new YMCA camp, an affordable resident overnight camp for the children of Western North Carolina located in Swain County. The foundation also provides philanthropic support on a national basis. For their contributions, not only to improving many aspects of Western North Carolina, but to our country as a whole, we recognize the Glass Foundation as our outstanding foundation in philanthropy.
Thank you very much. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. On behalf of the Glass Foundation, I would like to thank the YMCA of Western North Carolina for nominating us for this award. We are very excited to be working with the Y to bring a residential summer camp to Western North Carolina. Hopefully, by the summer of 2016, the children and families of our region will be able to enjoy an affordable, high-quality summer camp option. Of course, we would like to thank the Association of Fundraising Professionals for choosing the foundation to receive this award. It is truly an honor. And last, but certainly not least, I want to thank everyone here today representing a charitable organization here in Western North Carolina doing such important work in our community. We are very proud to be able to support you in your efforts. Thank you.
In 2002, Mark Upright became only the 5th president in OLIDA's 110 years of operation. Mark has an undergraduate degree in psychology and spent his early career years in direct service with disadvantaged and vulnerable children. He then returned to school for another degree in accounting, an MBA, and then a law degree, all for the purpose of building and crafting organizations to help children succeed. Under Mark's leadership at OLIDA, he has revitalized the financial viability by increasing the endowment from $900,000 to over $3 million in only 2 years. He has established the OLIDA Foundation, added nearly 100 employees, and grown from 2 programs to 10 for exhibiting excellence in management and leadership in a human service organization. We honor Mark Upright with the T. Kennon Roberson Award today.
Thank you very much for the award. I want to thank first those that nominated me and for this recognition, and the committee for selecting me to receive this high honor. I also want to thank my wife and my family for supporting me all these years. As many of you know, that for people that help other people, they need family and friends to support them. And it's important to thank them. I'm humbled when I look at the previous recipients of this award, for they have significantly impacted our community and the lives of so many people. It is a great tribute to be counted among them. I was truly blessed when I was selected to head OLIDA Homes 12 years ago. This amazing organization has provided services to needy children and their families and have changed the course of so many lives over the last 110 years. From its humble beginnings as a home for unwed mothers to a sprawling orphanage, to today a leader in behavioral health, child development, foster care, and vocational transitional living for young adults who are aging out of the foster care system. We are blessed now with over 300 dedicated staff and an equal number of volunteers who are committed to our mission of helping children succeed. We are fortunate to have a board of trustees who are supportive, innovative, and courageous in spirit. We also have one of the finest and dedicated management teams in nonprofit services, and it's really been my honor and pleasure to work with them. What makes OLIDA so special is the vision that our founder, Dr. Compton, had for OLIDA all those years ago: to serve the least, the last, and the lost. OLIDA has always had a tradition of reaching out to those who are not served, to those who have been abandoned, and to those who others have given up on. It is with our core values of faith, hope, and love that we reach out and will never give up. OLIDA provides a beacon for those children who need to find their unique gifts and strengths. We create an environment where a child's adversity is transferred into great character. When it is all done, it is the staff and volunteers of OLIDA who are truly blessed, for we witness true miracles every day in the lives of the children we serve. We thank you very much.
Our last award today is only the 5th time in the 23 years of National Philanthropy Day that this has been awarded. Olson Huff is a well-known pediatrician, child advocate, founder of the Olson Huff Center for Child Development, and the founding medical director of Mission Children's Hospital. Dr. Huff has been described as being highly committed to the missions of the organizations in which he's involved. He is passionate about the root causes of their issues, not just the symptoms. Although he has retired, Dr. Huff is serving as the pediatric consultant to Mission Healthcare Foundation and the children's programs at the Duke Endowment. In his nomination, Dr. Huff was commended not only for helping organizations sharpen their message and raise more money, but at helping them build organizational structures and fundraising platforms that grow one organization but ultimately benefit another organization at the same time. That is indeed the true spirit of fundraising and philanthropy. For his extraordinary commitment to serving Asheville and North Carolina, we graciously recognize Dr. Olson Huff as the 5th Fundraising Summit Award winner.
I am extremely honored to be with you today and extremely honored by this recognition. I want to thank the nominating committee, and particularly I want to thank my friend and colleague Carolyn Ward for the nomination, and to thank you, my friends and colleagues in this room, who have made this day for all of us possible. I also want to thank my wife Marilyn and my son David, who are here with me today. A few weeks ago, a small group of us on a rainy, chilly, windy morning set out from Montreat to climb to the top of Mount Mitchell. We were called the Ageless Wonders. At times the sun came out and it was a pleasant walk. At other times the wind whipped back up and the mist came in and it was a challenge. By the end of the day, tired, somewhat wet and cold, we reached the top. We had achieved the summit of the highest peak in the eastern United States. When I look around this room this afternoon, I see nothing but mountain climbers. I see you who have climbed the challenges of mountains to feed the hungry. I see you who have climbed the challenges of mountains to shelter the homeless, to protect the abused, to provide medical care for those who are sick and injured, to make sure that we have clean water and clean air to breathe and to drink. I see you who have made parks available to those who need recreation. And I see you who have climbed the mountains of justice so that all of us can enjoy a much more peaceful and safe life. I see you who have protected abused children and who continue to climb all the mountains that are necessary to make the community in which we live better. But you know, as I know, that when you get to the top of the mountain, there are incredible views to be seen. But I would like to warn you of one thing. You can never rest on that one view, because you will always be finding people like me who are waiting there to walk with you to the next highest peak, so that when our work on this earth is finished, we will definitely have left it in a better place than we found it. Thank you for this incredible honor, and keep on climbing.
Quite inspired by the words of each and every one of our award recipients today as you lead and take that back to the work that you do to make our community a better place. We'd like to introduce Debbie Rice. She is the president-elect of the Association of Fundraising Professionals, to have a few closing remarks.
Wow, how do you top that? It's been a really inspiring day. Let's give each of our award winners one more round of applause. It is truly remarkable to see the fruit that philanthropy can bear. But you know, Western North Carolina is not unique. Gifts from public-minded, socially concerned individuals, organizations, corporations, and charitable foundations shape the impact of philanthropy in every community and segment of society. At the same time, philanthropy relies on the experience and knowledge of skilled fundraising professionals to inspire support that strengthens the capacity of charitable organizations. The Association of Fundraising Professionals is proud to play an important role in the impact of fundraising. We help fundraisers raise more money to increase their organization's capacity. And since 1960, AFP has helped fundraisers generate more than $1 trillion in gifts and donations. And AFP members raise more than $100 billion every year for charitable causes around the world. AFP members reflect the spectrum of philanthropic community, just like the donors they support. They are dedicated to promoting education, health, nutrition, literacy, human services, cultural appreciation, and sustainable environment, among many other societal needs. Fundraising professionals provide the link between generous donors and the causes that inspire them, and together they generate the resources that infuse fragile communities with the potential to renew, rebuild, and prosper. Fundraisers, as in other professions, are often asked to achieve more fundraising dollars with fewer resources. One development professional for a West Coast Children's Hospital realized that by not investing in fundraising, they were putting their future at risk. Her board chair was a venture capitalist, and he told her, if you underfund your venture, it will fail. With board support and invaluable resources from AFP, including a cost of fundraising analysis, benchmarking, and more defined fundraising structure, she was able to secure a generous budget for a successful $1 billion campaign for her hospital. The Association of Fundraising Professionals has worked within the nonprofit arena to advance ethical and effective fundraising in philanthropy. AFP accomplishes its mission through advocacy, research, education, and certification using leading-edge technologies. The The association also provides collaboration and mentoring opportunities for the world's largest network of professional fundraisers. Simply put, AFP is the gold standard for professionalism in fundraising. If you are a board member, a development association, or a development associate on a staff, or a volunteer, I welcome you to participate with us in our local AFP chapter so that together we can continue to raise the bar for our community with effective and ethical fundraising. I hope to see each of you next year. Until then, go out and make a difference. Thank you.